I take a moment all the time when Mr. Earl's back there jamming for us when we get started. You never give me the name of the musician or the name of the title of the song, but I tell you what, man, Mr. Earl's back there making sure we sound pretty good and that we're jamming. Welcome to Rick's Room. It is Wednesday evening. What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for stopping by the room and hanging out with us this evening. I got my fantastic guest co-host here with me, and we'll get her introduced here in just a moment. But first off, make sure that you're tuning in live with us there on Facebook. We see you, Facebook family. What's going on? How are you? How are you? Listen to us here at IntellectualRadio.com, live streaming on YouTube as well. And if you just happen to miss it, because again, you got something else more important to do on a Wednesday night in this cold weather, I don't know what it could be other than being in the room here with us. But if you do, you can always check us out at iHeartRadio under Intellectual Radio Talk. Check out the podcast section and look for Rick's Room there. We'll have the show up, and you can catch it if you happen to miss it. So, but we appreciate you swinging by and spending time with us here in the room. We want to make sure that while you're in tune here with us, that you are participating in the conversation. Leave your comments there in the bottom if you're live streaming with us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We want to hear your comments, your suggestions on tonight's topic, your opinions, or if you've ever had to deal with what we're talking about tonight. Feel free to give us a call in at 708-223-8953. We'd love to hear from you and talk to you about what you got going on and how you have been affected by what's going on tonight. And what we're talking about tonight, there's a lot of things going on in the news and in politics. And last week we were talking about the sexual harassment topic and how that's really kind of been the big focus. But tonight we want to switch it up. And what I'm doing, I've decided to start doing what's called an episode. And we're going to do an episode called Dear Black People. Dear Black People. Now, some of you all may have seen Dear White People. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Netflix picked it up as well, and it's they made a series out of it. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's awesome. It's fantastic. Hopefully, we can get the cast on here one day. But Dear Black People is our opportunity to have some conversations and some discussions that we as a community need to have. Now, having said that, I'm Black. I got to talk about, things that Black people go through, Black people deal with. But I don't expect all y'all to be that's listening or watching to be Black. So if you happen to have an experience that is very similar, let us know it's not just us that deals with the situation that's going on. Let us know if you have to deal with that too. Call in 708-223-8953. Let me introduce to you all my cousin. This wonderful guest. She decided to be a guest co-host with me this evening here in the room. Miss Afina, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Hey, LaRon. I see LaRon, my cousin.
LaRon's on. Right? What's up, cuz?
And thank you so much, Rick, for having me on today. I'm really excited, and I really appreciate the offer. It's really, really an honor to be here. So, of course, again, my name is Afina Lockhart, and I am Rick's. But he's doing such great things. I'm really excited about this. But I am the owner and founder of the boutique, A. Shakur Boutique. And A. Shakur is an online boutique. I'm really excited, and we are having a launch of our new website, which is www.ashakur boutique.com. And our launch will take place this coming Sunday from 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Bureau Bar, 75 East 16th Street, and of course, the South Loop area of Chicago. So please join us. I'm really excited. I'm really anxious to get my new fashion styles out to the world. And your support will be greatly appreciated.
Listen, and get out and check it out, because I've seen some of the pieces that Miss Afina has arranged, and it's fabulous. It's fantastic. In fact, when she starts doing the men's accessories, you'll see me rocking it here on Rick's Room as well. But thank you so much, and for Shop A. Shakur is actually sponsoring Rick's Room on this evening, along with where she's gonna be at the launch at Bureau Bar. Bureau Bar is another one of our sponsors that's sponsoring Rick's Room. Check them out every Sunday. Mr. Jeff Timms is the host of Sunday's Affair. Make sure that you stop by at the happy hour from 3 to 5. And, you know, I talked to Jeff the other day. He said he actually extends happy hour a little bit later, so it kind of goes to like 6 or 7. Swing by the Bureau Bar. Let them know you came by with Rick's Room or Rick's Room sent you. You'll get half off your first round. And I'm gonna swing by one day and check it out as well, because I hear great things about it. So we're gonna check that out. And again, as you all know, Mom Online, Mind Over Matter, they're still got their promotion running, 20% off the Simply Clean Facial and 20% off the back treatment as well. From now until December 23rd, just mention Rick's Room at your initial correspondence, and they'll go ahead and hook you up. Mind Over Matter, that's www.momonline.com, momonline.com. So our episode tonight, as I mentioned, Dear Black People, run this episode every second Wednesday of the month, where we just get a chance to talk about what we need to talk about in our community. And tonight, oh wait, you know what? I'm so sorry. Thank you for reminding me. It is Wednesday. We got a cheers. We made it through half the week.
That's right.
Half the week is down. Make sure you got your adult beverage. We're drinking sparkling tonight. We got Prosecco in the room tonight. I'm feeling celebratory. Miss Safina's got her launch coming up, and we got the new episode of Dear Black People tonight. So it's just a celebratory event. We had to have a little sparkling. But so tonight we're going to talk about, because, you know, we got the holiday season coming up.
We do.
And we all know when we get to the holiday gatherings around the family, right? Not our family specifically, you know. I mean, it could potentially be some things we talk about, but not our family necessarily. But, you know, when you get around the holidays and you come around the family gatherings, and what happens? Everybody got comments. So tonight we're going to be talking about watch what you say during holiday gatherings. Watch what you're saying during holiday gatherings, you know, because these topics come up, right? You get around the family, and the first question they want to ask you is just something that's all in your business, you know, just something that's all in your business. Right.
Yes.
So, a couple of things we're gonna review or just kind of touch on tonight while Fina and I are hanging out in the room, and we encourage you to do the same. Let us know if you have these holiday gathering moments where people just are all in your business for no reason, and what are some of the things that you use to, as they say, clap back. Teams going around with the hashtag Thanksgiving with Black families and hashtag holidays with Black families. You know, so you got some of the clapbacks, and I want to hear what some of your clapbacks are. But give us a call. Again, 708-223-8953. So one of the ones that jumps out all the time, and Afina, maybe you get this sometimes at some of the gatherings that you go to. When are you getting married?
Oh, God. I think, can I respond to that?
Please.
So,
go ahead.
Of course, as the oldest, and was that I would be the first to get married. Of course, I'm not married yet. I'm 46.
Fellas. We'll talk about that later. All right. So but that's me being all ready.
The thing about it is, you know, of course, at this stage, I don't get the questions, but I still get the looks and I still get the mood. So the thinking behind when are you getting married, of course, is still there. But in the beginning, it was very, very stressful. It made the environment very tense for me. It doesn't matter anymore. I make my own decisions.
Well, so how long did it take for you to get there, though?
Oh my God.
I mean, because I'm sure it's been, you know, kind of thrown around for several different events and occasions.
I would say right after college. So you're 22, 21 years old right after college?
Wow.
And I'm 46, so over 20 years.
Come on, 40. Let's get out of here. Yes. Right. Are we really 10 years apart?
Oh, God, I didn't know.
I didn't know. Yeah, we don't even look it. I know. It's because I look older. It's cool. So yes, that's one. And ladies and fellas, you know, fellas, I think, you know, we get it too. You know, when you gonna settle down and, you know, find you someone, just stop it. It's don't bring it up. Listen, let people live.
And I understand the reason, because families want to extend the family and they want to grow, but sometimes you have to do it with other people. You can't do it with. And can't set those bars there.
Let me figure out how and when I'm gonna do it, because
correct.
You know, ultimately it's I'm living this life.
Exactly.
This is mine. Let me do what I do and how I do it. Right. So let me know if you've ever had to deal with that. Some of the ladies that seem to be commenting, and fellas, if you happen to get that too as well. Hey, Miss Lola, Miss Tiffany, I see you. Aisha, what's going on? I haven't talked to you in so long. Hope all is well there, darling. The other one that I think, and this is specific to ladies. And ladies, I'm so sorry that y'all have to go through this, but this one gets me every time. Either you pregnant again, or is you ever gonna get pregnant, or when are you gonna have kids? Like, you're not even worried about you getting married, but go directly to the kids one, right? Like,
yeah. So the interesting part for me is, of course, those questions came about in my younger years, but now, aunts, uncles, no one asks me the question anymore. It's my nephews. When are you gonna have kids? I've been waiting. I wanted to ask you a long time ago when I was 5, but I didn't. And now I'm 8.
So you had children.
I'm waiting.
But one of my sisters, shout out to Sherry, who always, because none of us, she's the only one out of us that has the children, right? So she's always staying on top of us. Oh, they need cousins to play with. She's already planning for the rest of the family to her family to continue and extend as well too. But that's a crazy one too. That when are you having kids, or when you getting pregnant, or what have you? And normally. Somebody who asks you that, especially if it's a woman, got a different baby daddy. Like she already got several different baby daddies. That's asking. So when you getting pregnant, when you having kids, leave my business
right
alone. But so someone brought up to my attention, and I didn't really even pay attention to the fact that this is something that could potentially be a comment that's had it, specifically with Black families. When you have individuals who are kind of getting in the natural look, when you gonna do something to your head?
Yeah.
Like when you rocking the natural, you trying to get into your natural, right? And it takes some growth, right? It takes a little bit of growth and a duration of time to get there. To some people, especially the older generation, they're looking around like, your hair's just all over your head. When you gonna do something to your head? Or
did you cut your hair? No, I didn't cut my hair. I just got my ends trimmed. Right. That's it. Relax. That's it.
Does hairstyle come up as something too?
Oh yeah, it does. The look, yeah, absolutely. That's why I usually try to get I used to try to get my hair done during the family gathering times, but now it doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Nothing matters anymore.
So you've gotten to the point where, these things don't really, kind of make an impression anymore.
But they used to.
What do you say to especially to young women, right? Especially young women, because some of these comments could really do some damage, right? Growing up in a Black family, you got these expectations that, you gotta meet or you gotta live up to. What do you say to young women who are dealing with families who have that, as a thing?
I think initially you have to understand that it's all coming from a good place. Families only mean well, but it's really important to identify your own personal individual expectations. So if you like short hair and your family typically is accustomed to really, really long hair and you want short hair, you have to be confident in who you are and be comfortable with expressing yourself in front of your family. And then they'll grow to understand who you are and accept what you like.
I think that's definitely something that, could be a focus for, and I don't really know how well maybe we're doing with our younger generations. And I don't know if that's really a thing that they have to deal with. And I could do a better job of paying attention to at family gatherings, although I don't family gatherings, especially during the holidays. Only Thanksgiving, like Christmas. I don't know. Do you want to do anything for Christmas?
Oh, we did.
Really?
For Christmas?
Yeah, for Christmas. What do you guys do for
every
Christmas?
holiday?
My mom's side, we just do like Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
And Christmas is just like, we kind of go out maybe to the movies or something.
Okay, I've heard of people doing that.
Right, just not the real big, because listen, being around family, several different holidays. We got Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe New Year's.
4th of July, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is the holiday season when it's
Mother's
like, listen,
Day, yeah.
I need a minute. No, but so what do you normally do? What do you guys got going on for Christmas?
Well, this past Thanksgiving, we went over to my sister's Latoya's house, and it was
right,
basically
that's
a
right.
party. We had like the best time ever. Mom and her sisters were there. All of my nieces and nephews were there. Cousins were there. It was great. So we're gonna do the same thing again.
Okay.
For Christmas. Yeah.
Y'all gonna be at Latoya's house?
Yes. There you go.
Nice. Shout out to Latoya/D, who's out of town doing her thing. But yes, I remember hearing that she hosted Christmas. Now, while you were there, did you hear any of the hashtag Thanksgiving with Black Family comments or the hashtag Clap Back comments?
I think those kind of comments sort of I'm not exposed to them anymore because there's so many other siblings younger than me, so they may get it. So I didn't hear anything.
they may get it, but you got past it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Lockhart, my little man there checking in. Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
what's
Rick.
going on? So there's another one that comes up a lot that somebody commented on, which was really funny to me. Someone makes a comment about your current significant or your past significant other in front of your current significant other. Like has a comment about your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend or what have you in front of the person that you're seeing at the time.
See, to me, I think that people have all year to catch up. Family gathering. So if you make those kind of comments at the family gathering, where have you been all year? Or you need to call around and see like who's the latest partner.
Is there somebody that gives that gossip in the family? Like, is there somebody that has all the
in the Lockhart family?
Right, like,
absolutely.
We're not gonna put that on blast out because we got a lot of family checking in and watching too. So we're not gonna put on blast who in our family is the one to keep up with. But is there somebody, is there a go-to in the family that you just be like, okay, I know if I need to catch up with the drama and what's going on or who's with who, I can call this person.
Yes.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Most families have them. I think everybody's family has that one go-to person that you can count on is going to have all of what you need to catch up before the family gathering.
Hey, Rochelle.
Rochelle, hey, what's going on? See, again, we can't put all of our family business out there.
I know.
But listen, y'all are welcome to call in and participate too in this conversation as well. 708-223-8953. So one of the ones that I've gotten before, and I've been trying to figure out. I'm a pretty clever guy, and I'd like to believe I'm pretty witty. But right, you got to be careful when you're witty with family because it can start some things. People get offended, take things the wrong way, what have you. But the one that I've always kind of enjoyed as I've now recently been, well, not recently, but now that I've been out and some people who don't really realize that, like, so when you gonna get a girlfriend? Right?
Really?
Well, because apparently I must be like I'm DL straight. Like everybody thinks, like the first perception. Oh yeah, he's straight. So he's gonna have a girlfriend. When you gonna bring a girl around? When you gonna find a wife and settle down? So I get that too, and I have to come up with this clever, witty way. Oh, that's probably not the goal for me. And I like to start conversations just to see how long and how far people will go.
Are you serious?
And, oh yeah, it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. So let's see how long we can draw this conversation out. Mm-mm. But and unfortunately, and this is something that we'll probably hey, my cousin Tim is checking in, Mr. Noah, we see you. In Black families. Like I said, it'll be a topic eventually down the line. But we don't really talk about openly, same-sex or same-gender loving relationships, right? In fact, I think in on my mother's side, there's only 2 individuals who identify as LGBTQ, and I don't think there's any of the Lockharts.
Not to my knowledge.
I'll be the reigning champion. It's fine. But that's one of the conversations that typically is difficult to come up at holiday gatherings, and in Black families, I think that, we have some opportunity there. Mm-hmm. We have some opportunity to be able to have those conversations and be comfortable with.
Yeah, I think it is a good place to have those kind of conversations and to be comfortable, especially if you consider yourself to be a family, because you always want to identify yourself as a support system for all family members.
And family gatherings are the best place to, provide that support, be that support. But it's also probably the number one place where people get broken down. Right.
I agree.
It's at those gatherings. You got the wrong person says the wrong thing at the wrong time, and all hell can break loose.
Yeah, but like you said before, I think family gatherings they're really a place where people can feel comforted. And I think family members should consider that to be a place where, if I'm going to go to this family gathering, let me see how I can encourage, and especially those who are younger, and teach them things that will make them stronger as individuals.
Mm-hmm. So Trisha just commented. She asked a question: is this only Black families? Well, here's the thing, Trisha. Now, so let me give you a little backstory. Trisha is Tim's wife, actually. So she is a part of our family, but also, being, her side of the family, right? So, Trisha, here's the thing to answer your question there, darling. I can only speak for, the family that I'm in, and being Black. I don't know if other families deal with. I'm sure they do, but I don't know what the deal might be for other families. And it may not be a racial thing. It could potentially just be a specific family thing, right? In a lot of different areas.
I was just going to say, I think it is a family thing. You mean in terms of talking about relationships?
Or just in general?
Just in general? Yeah, I think it's because relationships are matters of the heart. And that those are the kinds of things that we tend to bring up. I would say it's a non-racial factor.
So one of the things that, Black family gatherings, we got, just like anybody else, all this delicious food that's out, and some people can cook. Some people can't cook. Some people probably shouldn't cook, right? So, how do you navigate those conversations when, somebody just wants to definitely comment on how either horrible somebody's dish is?
I don't think they should say it publicly or openly, right?
But, it happens. Who cooked this? Don't eat that.
Well, I've heard like my aunts make those comments amongst themselves. So siblings, if they're comfortable enough, they might be able to make those kind of comments themselves. But if you don't have that kind of interaction, like I would never say that about any of my aunts. They'd be like, "What?
Especially because they watch it.
Right.
Yo, listen, if y'all got somebody in the family too that can't cook and is cooking at your family gatherings, let me know how you navigate through those conversations and what your comments are. But, watch what you say at family gatherings, especially in Black families. Y'all know everybody can't cook, but there's a way to say it. There's a method to how you say it. And just blurting out, who cooked that? That might not be the best way to handle that.
And so LaRon just chimed in and he said every single aunt in our family can cook, and he's right. So this is just not, and he's right.
You know what? We're blessed.
We are blessed
to have a family of individuals who can cook. Thank God. But if you have the holiday season's approaching, if you all have someone in the family that can't really throw down and has no business in the kitchen, and I'm just curious to know how you navigate that conversation, please feel free to comment here on Facebook or give us a call at 708-223-8953. And listen, while you're getting ready for your holiday gatherings and you got your festivities coming up, some people like to cook for the Christmas holiday season. Some people don't like to cook, but I definitely want to encourage you, if you are one of those that want to just go ahead and cater and don't worry about and not deal with all of the things that come along with cooking, then cater your holiday parties with our other sponsor, the Cookout on Wheels. They'll get all of your things ready for your festivities. They got choices like barbecue pulled pork, deep fried turkey, 6-cheese mac, or peach cobbler pound cake. And listen,
what?
Tasha and Steve, those two come up with some of the most creative dishes.
Peach cobbler pound cake?
Peach cobbler pound cake. Make sure you give them a call, 630-708-7820, or visit them at thecookoutOnWheels.com. They can go ahead and answer any questions that you might have and get your menu together, because you got that family member that don't need to be cooking, that should not be cooking. Call the Cookout on Wheels. You'll receive 10% off for being one of the first 10 bookings for December. Now, we well well into December, almost halfway through. I'm not sure what she is, but go ahead and give them a call and check them out. And if you're interested in making an investment, definitely give her a call. They could want to talk to you about any opportunities that you may have in investing in the Cookout on Wheels as they continue to move forward. The Cookout on Wheels, #Friends Fed Here. Now, Miss Lola Tiffany said, I wouldn't tell a family member that their dish wasn't good, but we just wouldn't ask them to make it again.
Like they won't be on the group text.
Right. That group text that goes out right before, all right, this is what everyone is making. Exactly. And you just don't include them on that text. I can understand that. So the other one that kind of comes up during the holidays is people comment on things like any of your ailments, right? Like that high blood pressure that you got or diabetes that you're dealing with, all of that. Is that a good time or a good place to even bring up any of these ailments that you're dealing with while you're at a holiday? I mean, you're trying to have a good time.
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's okay to talk about fitness and health. But if it's an ailment that someone might be struggling with and they're having issues with maintaining and those kinds of things, I don't think those are kinds of things we need to be talking about.
Yeah, timing is everything.
Time is everything.
Timing is everything. And you want to be conscious of how you, like you said, you got, this is the family. This is the time where we're supportive, right? We're there for each other. And it's a holiday season, so we want to make sure people are comforted,
right?
They feel comfortable, right? So bringing up things like, so how's that high blood pressure going?
Yeah.
Are you still dealing with that diabetes, that sugar? What we call it in the community. Still got that sugar? You shouldn't be eating all that because you got high blood pressure. And leave me alone.
Right.
It's the holidays. This is the time to pig out. I do definitely strongly encourage those of you who are dealing with those ailments, though, be careful and cognizant of what you're eating for the holiday gatherings. Right? Keep an eye on what because you got people that are concerned. Right? You got people that are concerned. And there are things in our community, right, that we're a little bit more prone to, things like high blood pressure and diabetes and whatnot. So you always want to make sure that you are staying vigilant and cognizant of what you're consuming. But I definitely think, when it's the holiday season, right, by all means, that's your one time.
It is the one time. It's the one time.
Right. Well, two. I'm right. Because you Thanksgiving and Christmas.
And then January 1, New Year's Day.
And then we do what? Go all the way back to the dad. Now, listen, let's talk about that. How many of us at holiday gatherings are talking about what our health goals are going to be and what we're looking forward to do in the new year? Is that a conversation that happens at holiday gatherings? Because I've yet to hear that at a holiday gathering. Like, so listen, on January 1st, I'm going to start going to the gym all the time.
Sisters and I, we usually talk about the number of times we're going to work out, the classes that we're going to attend, the boot camp, so on and so forth. My sister who lives in Texas, she can work out outdoors, me, LA Fitness. So we kind of throw that in.
Oh, keep me posted because I need to sign up on some events and get out there and do some things as well. Matt Roman Lopez, what's going on, Mateo? He says, my mom can't cook and she knows it. Oh, well, good. Listen, man, I'm wondering how you got that conversation started. What was it that you said to your mother, or was it you that said, were you that person that made that comment on what she should not be preparing or cooking for the holiday season? Because I don't know, I don't think I could. Again, I'm grateful that I have a family full of people that can cook. I have a partner that can cook, so I'm in a great position to have some great food around me. In fact, I picked up some weight over the holiday season. I'm a little mad about it. I'm waiting for somebody at the next holiday gathering to comment on it. I'm waiting because I'm working on my clapbacks now. Like I'm getting my clapbacks together. And you all already said it earlier. When I have those opportunities, look, conversation, and you're gonna look real stupid when we're done. No, I'm not that bad. I don't think I'm that bad.
No, you're not.
I don't think
you're not.
I'm pretty educated. I put a lot of money on January 1st and beyond. I will avoid the gym like the plague, Mr. Phillip. And Phillip, shout out to you out there in New Jersey. Hold it down. Some people are like that. They'll go hard during the holiday season and not really worry about what's going on after January 1 and putting in anything in place. And if you want to start a diet, start a diet. if you don't want to start a diet, it's what's really not the time to talk about it is during the holiday season.
It's during the holiday season now.
It's during the holiday season. Now, sometimes the conversation tends to be, and I don't know if this is happening at the holiday events that you've been at, but who's sleeping with who, and who been sleeping with all of, like, you know, when that conversation comes up, and real talk, I'll be right there for it.
I don't think I've ever heard that conversation.
I'm right there, like, go ahead, tell it. Go ahead and tell it. But I definitely think that we got to be careful of bringing up somebody's outside on bedroom life.
I agree.
That's agree. But is that something that we as a community collectively have a hard time with, or that we do consistently? Is that,
You mean discussing amongst family
like amongst
members?
family, just out there at the holiday gatherings?
I think so. Well, yeah, I would say so, especially since children are always around. So that's one reason why it's difficult to talk about that amongst family. I think so.
What? And my good soror Helena Smith said, "Oh, the gossip." Yeah. But you know what? So again, dear Black people, I do think that we good for gossiping. We are good for gossiping and sharing, as they say, spilling the tea, as we say, we spilling the tea, right? Right, spilling the tea. But I'm curious to know if that takes place in other cultures. Like I can see that happening possibly in other cultures. Mm-hmm. But for those of you that are viewing that are Hispanic or Italian or even do you think the Asian people talk about like gossip like that in their culture?
They probably do.
Like talking about someone else and what man that person might or might not be sleeping with, all of that.
They might.
Yeah. Well, if this is something that you can shed some light on, let me know. Let us know. We got questions. So give us a call, 708-223-8953, or go ahead and continue to comment here in the Facebook post. And I think that when we have since the Christmas season or the holiday season, but now specifically Christmas is upon us, right? Mm-hmm. It's coming up. I'm tempted to see how many people go and do some house hopping, for the holiday season. And again, is that just a Black thing?
So personally, I don't like to house hop because it's so cold outside. Like typically during Christmas season in Chicago, it's like unbelievable.
Well, here. But like, what if you were like in Miami?
So definitely. So of course, our family in Texas, Houston. I'm sure the house hopping happens all the time.
Listen,
like
Uncle Wayne, Tens, time in. Pop, do y'all do house hopping in Texas for the holiday season? Because it's warm outside, but
that's a good question. I can't answer that one.
Because we don't know. Right? We're Black. We can only speak for Black people. But even if now, here's the thing. When we talk about watch what you say at holiday gatherings, if you house hopping, don't go to someone else's house spreading the business of what you just learned at somebody else's house that you were just at.
All right? Or don't go empty-handed. That's a big one.
I almost just fell out. Y'all, if you're listening to this, you can't see that I almost just fell out. But all y'all that's viewing this, I almost fell out. Don't go empty-handed.
Never go empty-handed, please. Never do that.
Man. Well, I've never, I've not in my adult life had to host a holiday gathering, so I wasn't, and I'm not responsible for preparing all of the delicious food, because I will reveal a secret to everybody out there. I'm blessed to be in a family that can cook. I can't cook for anything. Okay. I am not a cook. I admit it. I know my lane. I can mix up a drink. I can provide all the booze you might need. But what I can't do is cook. So I've never had the wonderful pleasure of hosting an event and preparing all of the delicious food for it and having to open the door and somebody walk in empty-handed. What do you do? What happens when they come in? And it's family though. What happens when they come in empty-handed?
Well, I think if you come empty-handed, you should at least try to help clean up. So I think you should definitely contribute with something. I don't know. That's just from my perspective. That's my perspective.
Like washing dishes?
I would say washing dishes, cleaning the table, packing the food. To get leftovers if they need support.
I love that. Helping others to get leftovers. You didn't bring nothing. You ain't taking nothing. but you can help somebody else get some leftovers.
Right.
Yo, do that. I don't think I have any family members that come in empty-handed and make a plate, put it off to the side, so that they got something ready to go when they get home. But yo, if that happens in your family too, I want to know, because I have seen that happen. And like I said, this is kind of based on some of the memes, with the hashtag Thanksgiving with Black families or whatever. But the people that come in empty-handed, box up some food, put it off to the side. Is that something that happens in other cultures? I would love to hear about it while we still got a little more time here to talk about it. But Lola Tiff said, if there's women in the family, trust me, they got some tea. So if there's women in the family, there's some gossip.
Oh my God, yes. I gotta crack my neck on that one.
Ooh, and you know
and
what?
My back.
And you have a family full of women. Like it's
I am a woman of women. I have to tell people that all the time.
For
I love it though.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are some of the benefits of having
Oh my God. So I would say advice around relationships, fashion, health and fitness, all of the things that women have concerns about. I can always flock to the women in my family or my sisters, well, rather including my sisters, to help support in that area. A lot of women, well, not a lot, but there are some women. I have some friends who are not women of many women. They might be the only woman in the family, and that kind of hurts, I can tell. Mm-hmm.
So
what do you think?
Well, here's the thing.
Having so many women in the family.
I was gonna say, like, I am a man of many women in my family. Like, I grew up in a house. I had my grandmother, I had my mother, I had my aunt, I had a female dog. There was a lot of female gender around. I had 3 sisters, so I feel like with that I've learned a lot. The family, the environment that I grew up in, for that I've learned a lot, and it's taught me a lot of how to treat women, the importance of women, how no one can be a woman like a woman, that women are, just fascinating at things that they're able to contribute and provide. But yes, Ms. Tiff, you are correct. There is some tea when you got women around, and at least from my perspective. I don't know. You might see that otherwise, or might have a different opinion there. But
I think you're absolutely correct.
All right. So when we got women, you got some tea, according to Ms. Tiff. And
I will add, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, there is just one woman who typically has the most tea.
Oh, really?
Can I cover the mic?
They can hear you. This isn't tapped into that. They can hear you. But now let me ask you this. You don't have to reveal the person, but let me ask you this. At different gatherings or at different times throughout, is there a different woman with all the tea? Like, does that fluctuate? Does that move around?
I would say at the end of the day, it typically ends with one person at the top of the pyramid. And we all love her. But we all know.
Can't wait. I'm going to catch that one offline, y'all. I might share that one in the comments later.
And that's probably one of the benefits of being at the top of the pyramid.
The tea?
I think so.
So while you're at these family gatherings, if you are that woman who has all the tea, how do you spill it at the family gathering?
Oh, very creatively.
Probably creative.
I don't know if it's even spilled, released at, well, I don't think it's released at the family gatherings. I would say just different phone conversations, different clues. You'd be shocked.
Well,
you'd be shocked.
Girl, let me tell you about. And then the tea gets started getting spilled.
But again, it has to be a privilege. That's what happens when you are at the top.
Really?
I think so.
Oh yeah, I'm curious. We'll check that out later. What's going on, Mr. Deshaun? I see you, and Cousin Laurent still kind of hanging with us here. We appreciate it. Go ahead and give us your comments on what you got going on at your family gatherings, and especially if you are part of Dear Black People, you are part of the Black culture, the Black family. What are some of the things that you deal with, that you come across on a regular basis, that you're just like, ugh, I'm so tired of this? You know what I mean? We got a few things that take place. And Miguel Trujillo, says we go house hopping in my family. Now Miguel is Hispanic, he's Mexican, so he definitely is giving us a perspective there. So house hopping does take place in other cultures. But that is what we call a person of color, people of color. So I'm wondering if that happens I see that happens with people of color a lot, but if that happens with individuals who are not people of color or who are white, is house hopping a thing? Do you have to deal with some of those same things too as well? So, and lastly, I think not lastly, but one of the other benefits of being a part of a family, people with black, just go say black, is that I think is a benefit as well as a topic of discussion is when we have our family gatherings, the drama. Now, when the drama actually comes to fruition, and we try to keep it under wraps, right? We try to keep it under wraps, but sometimes that drama comes out, right? And it comes out at family gatherings. How in the world do we prepare for people that normally cause that drama because they're part of the family? How do we prepare for people that are going to bring that drama? Like,
I don't think there's anything you can do about it.
Do you just not invite them? Like,
no. See, that's right. So they're like, we don't ask God to say, hey, can you bring this person to make them a part of our family? You know what I mean? So you just learn to accept people for who they are. And if they bring the drama, let's just hold on tight. Because one day they bring the drama, the next gathering you do something, the next gathering someone else does. It's just a mixture of personalities and interests. So It's just, you just kind of hold tight and absorb it.
Just like kind of being, I guess for me, I'm thinking that, when you have, and again, I can only deal with black families, right? So, and I can imagine that at some family gatherings, and we're blessed enough to have not really had to have this type of a scene, but you have individuals who maybe in the inner city, or you have family members that are tied up in just some of the wrong things, right? And they bring that drama to family functions or family gatherings or what have you. And around the holiday season, it's something that you want to try to avoid, right? Because it's a time for celebration. It's a time for family, as you mentioned. It's a time for comfort. It's a time for support. And I can get behind, family members who need that support, who need that comfort, who need what a family brings to them. Mm-hmm. What I can't get behind, what I have a problem with, is when you have individuals who who are not cognizant of, say, the friends that they or the groups that they hang around with, and bringing that into that family environment. And I gather that there's some families out there, specifically black families, and on the west side, on the south side, or what have you. No shade to either the west or the south side, maybe the north side too. Where they have to deal with, people in their family just bringing in, as we like to call, the ratchets. Bringing the ratchet. Why you bring the ratchet with you? You cool because you family, but why you bring the ratchet with you? You know what I'm saying? I guess in light of understanding how to navigate through these times, and again, watch what you're saying at family gatherings, dear black people. When you got that family member that hangs around the ratchets and they want to bring their group with them to the family events, what do you do? How do you handle it?
Yeah, that's tough.
Right.
Tough.
Again, like I said, I think we're blessed enough to not have to deal with that. But for the families out there that do, especially with the things that are going on with gun violence and gang involvement and things of that sort, we have to. You have to be mindful. Navigate through that. And I would hope that individuals are smart enough to say, let me not bring my ratchet friends this year.
Today.
Right. But if you happen to be the person on the outside, how do you step in and deal with that? What would be a suggestion? Okay,
that's the thing. I don't know if you do step in unless there's something completely out of bounds. So if something's happening illegally, then you have to talk to the family member and say, hey, mm-hmm. we'd like for your guests to leave mm-hmm. or have them stop doing what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't really have experience in that, but I think that's just one way to handle it.
Right. And I would think, especially being a woman of women, right? You don't have to. You're not confronted, or you shouldn't have to be ever confronted mm-hmm. with dealing with, I want to say knuckleheads or ratchet Do I say hood rat?
I don't know.
Hood rats? You know, we don't really have it. We don't even say hood rats anymore.
So.
This is a profanity-free zone, but I think hood rats okay. But you know, you got those individuals that just are just we're not on the same level. We're not here. We're not seeing eye to eye. You and I, we're different and navigating or having to navigate through that. Sometimes the fellas need to be able to step up. Have to say, yo, we can't, we're not tolerating this. You know, you or your friends, you welcome to stay. You can stay, but your friends got to go. Now, here's a kicker. I can understand. I can't appreciate. I don't get behind it, but I can understand when how to navigate when it's your family member's friend, right? What do you do when it's your family member's spouse?
Well, that's still family. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Then I guess, for example, if it's the spouse of a sibling, you probably should talk to the sibling. I don't know if I would necessarily say anything to the spouse. So.
If it's my sisters or my siblings, I should say, spouse, I think I would hope that I'm comfortable enough, or an individual's comfortable enough with their siblings to have the conversation with the sibling and the spouse. Like, look, you did this last family gathering. What ain't gonna happen this gathering is that. You know what I mean? Being able to do that. I would think that that's something that should be able to a conversation that you should be comfortable having. But, again, I don't know. It's the holiday season and you want to be mindful of everybody's having a good time until that alcohol gets going.
Well, that's one factor that typically gets everything circulated and spearheaded. I think
it is a what do they call it, a truth serum. Right? all the truth comes out when that's the case. Miss Lola Tiffany said, everyone wants to question all of the professionals about their jobs. Advice, health advice, lawyers, legal, help, plumber, carpenter, minister. I need yo, okay.
I see. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Carrie gets that a lot too. I'm sure
all the family patients come to her. They line up.
And I think I used to do that with you too, with being in the Department of Education. Like, so on the school system, blah blah blah. Yo, stop talking about that. It's just us work. I'm off. I'm on vacation. For those of us that get holidays off, paid holiday vacation time. So, but Lola, you're absolutely right. That definitely does happen, and it's we should be mindful of that, right? Watch what you say at holiday gatherings. I don't know if that's a black thing. That might be a broad cultural.
I think that's maybe broad.
Thing. Yeah, possibly. Deshaun says, when your family member that can't cook brings a dish. Yeah, again, see, it must happen a lot to some families that, you got somebody that can't cook bringing dishes and whatnot. I don't understand.
Well, the tell-all is if no one takes your food, so you're still completely there.
Well, is that the tell-all or just were people full? No, you're right, because if people are full and you threw down, they still gonna take a bite. They're gonna have room for a little bit on their plate. So you got a point. The tell-all is if your dish is still sitting there at the end of the event. Well, listen, again, dear Black people, we got some things that we need to talk about. This is just our opportunity to have that conversation to kick off the holiday season. We want to make sure that you are preparing, or you're doing your holidays right, and that you are the productive member of that family engagement, right? Yes. So make sure you watch what you say at holiday gatherings and holiday events, because just be mindful. It's a time when we get a chance to hang out and be family and be comforted. So thank you so much for tuning in here on IntellectualRadio.com. There for you all on Facebook, keeping up with us and keeping the conversation going. Again, stop by Mom Online to check out what they got going on, the promos that they have. Check out the Bureau Bar on Sundays for Sunday's Affair from 3 until 12. You got the Soulful Stylings of who's there DJing over there? DJ Fathom is there from 5 to 12, I believe. Happy hour from 3 until 6 or 7, whatever the time Mr. Jeff wants to cut it off. And then we also got go ahead and wrap up with
Shakur Boutique. Come visit us at the Bureau Bar on Sunday from 3 until 7:30. Our online boutique launch event. So we're really excited. Please come see us.
Ooh, the launch event. Let me cheers to that one more time because that's going to kick off. And as soon as she has the men's accessories, I'm going to make sure to rock it so you can see it. But check her out and all of the wonderfulness, fashion pieces that she has available for you. And I don't know if she's doing a Rick's Room promotion.
We will.
Okay, there'll be a Rick's Room promotion for you as well. Cool. Check it out. And the Cookout on Wheels. Get your holiday festivities catered and ready to go. Special thanks to my one-man producer, Mr. Al Young from Al Young Enterprises. He's always making sure we have topics to talk about, people to talk about it with. Check out Al Young Enterprises, providing resources for performance and production engagements, artistic development, personal image consulting, and one-on-one life coaching. You can also reach out to schedule a catering event from him as well. For any of your upcoming holiday events, contact Al at 773-220-9869. That's Al Young Enterprises. Whatever you do, do it with passion. Again, we appreciate Mr. Fina stopping by, talking about these family gatherings. Our family, we were sharing some insight about our family with you and our family that was tuning in with us. Next up, if you are tuning in on Intellectual Radio, I want to give a quick shout out and happy birthday to Miss Dana. She has a show coming up next, Dana Being Dana. Always some fantastic topics of conversation. I think tonight she's talking about some music options, some music trivia or music debates. So tune in to Dana Being Dana coming up next. We appreciate you stopping by the room. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy holidays to all y'all hanging out for the holiday season. Remember, watch what you say at holiday gatherings. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here's the Rick's Room. Now get out.